Guys, based upon that and looking through this book, I know you're as impressed as even more impressed than we were last year with the budget that Tony's put together and the progress we've made, and you always say there's a team helping you here
Oh,
put this
absolutely.
together. But you know, incorporating the benchmark that came through TML, and then also the citizen survey and everything, and bringing us from 1 million to 5 million there in 2.5 years. We're able to give all of our employees in this budget a 2.5% increase, salary increase, which is phenomenal.
That's something we've been talking about ever since, I don't know, I've come into office to make sure the employees are better compensated. I think it's great.
And based upon all that, and you know, Tony driving the ship here, I would like to recommend that we provide an additional 2.5% raise for Tony this year. And I asked Larry, and that would just be a difference of about $3,000 in a 2.5 and a 5% raise. So it'd be 2.5 with 2.5 on top. Everybody's getting 2.5. And I'd like for us to consider an additional 2.5 for
Okay, the other employees would not be getting that 2.5% raise if it wasn't for him.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Plus other things.
Is that $5 million, was that right in the paper, that's in the reserve?
That's right. It's fund balance of $5 million, is that correct?
Or are you saying in the general
Is
fund?
that general fund or reserve?
Okay, see, I thought it said reserve in the paper, I was wondering how we got $5 million in a reserve.
Well, that's fund balance or reserve is kind of an interchangeable term, but fund balance is the technical term.
So nothing is obligated of that 5 million.
I believe that is undesignated fund balance.
Nothing's obligated.
Everything's undesignated.
I think from where you brought us to where we're at, I think that, yeah.
Now, Gene, when we got on board, it was zero.
Right.
It was.
We was in the hole.
We didn't have a million.
That's why I'm asking though, I was thinking the paper said it is reserve, and I was hoping it was, you know, that we had $5 million extra. Do we have anything in the reserve at all?
Well, we've got some designated, but that's generally contracts and payables and those sorts of things is what things are designated for. But the $5 million is your rainy day fund, if you will.
That's what we've been looking for.
So if a tornado come through and destroyed half the town, we'd have $5 million.
That $5 million cash is in the bank.
We hope it misses Justin's.
Large.
What do you think about that, you?
I think we've been very fortunate, the Lord's blessed us and missed us all these times and go somewhere else, you know.
And that will continue to grow if these procedures he's put in effect will continue on.
So you're going to put that in the form of a motion to pass?
I guess we can't vote here, so
No,
we just all
no,
agree.
we can agree.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. Is everybody, is that good for you, Mayor?
That's good for me.
Gene?
I just hope the city employees don't get mad since they're just getting 2.5.
Well, they wouldn't get it.
If they do, we'll tell them that by his
Well, they hadn't had
by
a
his
raise long time.
moonlighting there that we got them at 2.5, and we felt like his extra efforts and input and everything deserved a little bit more.
Maybe they'll get something next year.
Well, I do think that we're in much better shape definitely we were 2 years ago. I look at some of the things that contributed to it, and I know that some of the benefits employees had that were taken away and reducing the payroll, but I think we also need to consider the taxpayer that's paying $120 more a year than he was last year on garbage fees, $83 more a year than he was before on sewer fees, $1.50 more than he was a couple of years ago on stormwater, and it comes to $204.50 that these people are paying. So it's a lot of things. It's a sacrifice also on the part of the taxpayers.
Some of those major ones are unfunded mandates, which the city has no control over.
Yeah, stormwater is unfunded, but the point is, the taxpayers are also sacrificing.
The point is, there's a reason for it. Right. It's not a political reason, it's a legitimate reason.
I don't think I
Unfunded
implied that it was
unfunded mandates. What I'm implying, unfunded mandates are something the city has no control over, like the stormwater.
Stormwater is
sanitary sewer.
Yeah.
And we're really lucky too. What is it, $2 per resident?
Pardon?
$2 and in Chattanooga, what it's in?
It's 9, that's because, yeah, the EPA made them come out because they didn't comply.
And we're trying to stay ahead of the EPA here. If we don't, they'll set the rate.
I was in total agreement with the $1.50 increase so that we wouldn't have that problem. I just don't think you need to forget the taxpayers are sacrificing.
Yeah, well,